All right, here's a couple of good questions for us that will apply the basic trig ratios. And that's what we want to do is we just want to solve them involving the basic right angle trigonometry. Here's a question. I'm in a boat. Doesn't look like much of a boat. I'm approaching a cliff and I measure the angle from where I'm at in the boat to the top of the cliff as 25 degrees. And I know the distance from my boat to the bottom of the cliff as 100 meters. And my question is, how high is that cliff? Okay, basic right triangle trigonometry. Here's my right angle. I can identify sides now. If this is my angle, I know this is my hypotenuse. This side must be my adjacent side. This side over here must be the opposite side as well. And now I need to figure out which ratio I'm going to use. So the sides in question, I don't care how far it is from the boat as the crow flies to the top. I want to know what the height is. So I'm looking for the opposite side and the adjacent side. If I look up on my ratios, it turns out the tangent ratio is the one that relates those two sides. The opposite side over the adjacent side. So I plug numbers in. Tangent of 25 degrees is equal to the opposite side. I don't know, but I guess we're calling that h, divided by the adjacent side, which is 100. Multiplying both sides by 100, I get 100 times the tan of 25 degrees is equal to h. Now I pull out my handy dandy calculator, and hopefully it'll work this time. And I go 100 times the tangent of 25 equals, hey, I didn't have to do it twice, 46.6 I get. So the height of that cliff is 46.6 meters. Okay, so that's just a quick example of using right angle trigonometry in a question. Here's another one. I got a guy and he sees a cat up in a tree. There's the cat. And the tree is 10 meters, or the cat is 10 meters up. And I know that I am 20 meters from the tree. And my question is, at what angle do I have to look up in order to see the cat? I guess if you're telling somebody else where the cat's at, you could say, well, look at an angle of about, and that might help you find the cat. Okay, right angle trigonometry again. This time again I have the opposite side and I have the adjacent side. And I don't care about the hypotenuse side. But I have opposite over adjacent, so again I'll be using tangent. Tangent of an angle is equal to the opposite side over the adjacent side. Notice that I'm just a little bit for a stickler on writing the formula down every time. I don't think that's a bad thing. So the tangent of an angle, which I don't know, is equal to the opposite side, is 10, over the adjacent side, which is 20. Okay, so now I need to find out what theta is, right? So I have to get rid of this tangent. Do you remember how to do that? Hopefully you said, yes, Jeff, you take the arc tan of whatever's on this side. I like to say, and you take the arctan of each side, and the arctan on this side cancels, but this is the way they'd show you in the book. Okay, so now off to my calculator, and I go arctan of 10 divided by 20 equals, and I come out to about 26.6. So my angle is about 26.6 degrees. So that would be the angle that I would need to look up in order to see the cat. Okay, hopefully that gives you just a couple of basic trig examples that you can use to help you solve the ones that are in your textbook. Try some there, give us a holler.